multi-stream. I goofed. That's where it is. Alma, Missouri. Okay, that's done. Check this one. That is good. Everything looks to be running and operating. Greetings and welcome back. I did a bunch of the real monotonous things to get some cash flow going. Figured I'd hold off until we actually had a chance of breaking that 5 million before I went and got us all the way out to get everything going. So, mission-wise, we got some bail contracts we're going to handle. Are these both square? Yes, they are. Beautiful. We're going to get both of these. Probably do the semi for them. They're all going back to our place. So that works perfect. We're going to do the shaft missions. These harvest missions, we're not going to be able to do anything. We don't have the right harvester. But we can do this plowing mission. And we've got this one we'll be able to do. And we'll check on the rest of them once we get these things going. So let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to do first and foremost. I'm thinking field 31. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and get the harvester going, and we'll have an AI do field 1 with that. And prior to that, actually go on, and I missed a step. We're going to go and get that plow started on 6. Yeah, we'll use one of these. Because I think I might go and cut the grass today. And so we'll leave the 8RX set the way it is. So before we even hook up to this, I'm pretty sure on this map, we haven't used this for anything other than plowing. No, we used it as a cultivator. And I just didn't feel like bringing it into the shop to do that out of the shop's headers. Okay, so the white tines coming down is cultivator, and the plow are black. So there is a visual distinction. All right. We'll see if there's a good way to do it. Like I said, we'll do the bales with the semi because it can do all of them. I don't think we can fit all of them on our gooseneck. If this field goes to into silage, that would be a very nice day. Nah, we'd have to cut trees down. Whoop. Speaking of trees. I was hoping there'd be a cutover, but there's not. We have to go all the way to the top. Boy, that one came out of nowhere. All right, those bales are in 12 and 37. Let's go ahead and run up to 12 first, just in case we can't get them all. That way we have to go back for less. Or it's a shorter distance to go and get the remaining. Later today, I'm posting a video for Sunny Farms. I'm going to be doing that off stream. It's going to be videos only while I'm insomnia's hitting, or I've had issues with internet connectivity. So if either of those things happen, I'll record a Sunny Farms. Gonna try to at least get 3-4 of those a week. Tomorrow's stream will be Missouri map, unless things change. We've had a lot less. Okay. Guess we need to stay to the right, going across the tracks. Thought we already fixed that. But it doesn't like this trailer for some reason. If the views stay as low as they are on that map, we're going to... I might discontinue that stream. None of the streams really took off, but I'm not expecting them to. It's one of those, it'd be nice if it ever does, but... Okay, we've got 7, and I think that was the number here. Double check this contract. Yes, 7 bales. And before we go any further, I wanted to double check this stuff to make sure that all of it was running correctly. I did miss the coffee greenhouse, so we ran out of coffee going through the roaster, so it's not going to be a great turnout again. I'm thinking we're going to have the money to buy out of the debt by end of stream today. I just not super confident we'll have the money to get a field. It might be, well, it might come up with everything going. And the other thing that's a possibility is different bale sizes, and it won't load up a different bale size with what's already on the truck. Alright, it's going to load these bales. It doesn't like since I changed out what was going on. Yeah, it's not going to go over easy and quick. Now we know, though. All right. 8 grand. Nice start to the day. We're going to go and check this field out. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good miss right on the other side of these trees. We know the other far corner was good because we cleared that on the way in. So we'll just hit these 2 corners. And head up to 18. And there's the broken equipment. Did a bunch of those kind of contracts. Several hoeing contracts. That's pretty much what I was doing, is those, and it was a bunch of real slow gameplay. Waiting for contracts to pop up, knock them out real quick. I'm a little paranoid right now that we haven't gained a single % on 18 yet. Okay, it's moving. There we go. That's better. It's too frequent where the AIs get stuck. Not start the contract. And when we drop this off, we'll check for anything else coming in. Oh, wait a minute. Repairs back at our place. My bad. I'm assuming at least. Yep. Main repair facility. Field 6 is coming close. So we'll take the long way around. Let him get up closer to 100%. I'm just really hoping we get a bunch more. Some other shape. Oh. Turn the time up a bunch because I didn't turn it back on the start of the stream. And this will hopefully we'll probably go and do the shaft mission ourselves if nothing else pops up. Okay, we're close enough already. We didn't have to open that. Let's have a little fun. There, now I can get work done. Sorghum we can harvest. Got a couple other plowing contracts. Deliver herbicide to 26. That's a quick job too. Yeah, no, we're not harvesting. We'll go ahead and take this also. And put this back down. Actually, let's hold off for just a moment. We'll do this extra little bit ourselves because we can do it at a lot faster speed than the AI will. Good enough. And the reason I wanted to do this first is I want to use one of these when we get the straw off of that field that we're going to go and harvest. And have and this guy will be done fairly quickly. And be able to take, have him do the stone picking on 6. That's probably going to come up pretty soon. Oh, wrong field. Get him out from that. That's good enough. Combine. Turn that one in. And set destination. To there. You're supposed to go off the road just a little bit and park. There you go. Yeah, we would have come in earlier, but there was really no crops we could handle this year. No one did barley and some other things. All right, that load and deliver contract. Whoop. Pick up the ramps. And we're going to have to get a trailer down there to pick up this sorghum. What I think we're going to do is collect the straw, bring it back, and then grab... Nope, we can't do that. We don't have another one of those trailers. It's hooked up to the shaft, the harvester right now. So we'll have to bring the semi over there to load the semi. Yeah, that field's going to be harvested before we're done with this delivery load. Oh, actually, never mind. No, it's not. We're going way too close for that to happen. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make this turn. All right, there's a good enough gap in the trees. Do. And we're just going to park this up by the coffee house. And we'll jump into the semi. Hopefully we get multiple contracts, refreshed contracts coming up. We definitely made up for all the time we spent without it turned on. Oh, you didn't bother to get all the way off the road. Accident waiting to happen there. Whoop. Yeah, a little more tilt than I was thinking. Dang it, we're not breaking 100,000. Oh well, we'll get more than enough shaft. Only contract for harvesting we're going to be able to do today. I don't remember seeing a whole lot more that we could do with the harvester. Oh, we haven't turned that contract in. Okay. Oh, we don't have plowing started yet. Yep. Nothing we're going to be able to do there. A couple of the plowing contracts. And the 6 is stone picking. All right. Let's get this guy back to the house, grab the plow, and start on 34. Let's see, start on 34. Jump back, switch out, get stone picking started on 6, and that will be it. We'll move the combine back to the farm. It's all going to come down to what we get out of the silage. So it's a catch-22 kind of, because we're really low on silage on the farm with our farm production. So I'd like to get a bunch of that back into the farm production, at least get it back up to 500,000. We'll take a look and see how low it is now, but it's low. We're going to get this stuff into the silage maker. And then we'll check on levels. Yeah, we're down below, almost down. Yeah, that's way too low. Distributing, send that over. I want to get that back up. I'd like to have it up over 500,000. Because it takes 1,000,000 to last the year at the speed I've got that running at. 200. That's over 6,000. That's be 4.6. I just don't see it unless we get another really good paying shaft contract. I don't know if we're going to break that 5 million. There he goes. Had me worried there for a minute. Okay, get the stone picking going. And I think we'll jump up on the shaft if nothing else has come up to see if we can speed that along. Alright, stone picking has started. Let's take a look at contracts. I think we have to finish out the shaft contracts. $24, $12, $37. That's another one we can do. We will definitely do that. And that's going back there. That's a really good paying load for pay for that. Okay. And actually, not that one, this one, and I'll be right back. All right. Let's get this back to the farm. And I think I'm going to use the pickup on that transport. It has the capacity for it. Okay, good. He just ticked up. It's been an awful long time. It had been on 50, so. .34 is going, and I'm going to get that contract to plow next to, right next to us, where we picked up those bales earlier. We'll use the straight plow for that one. We also should check when that rain is coming in that they're calling for. That guy's going good. That guy's moving decent. Kind of concerned about the where the stone guy is showing. He's showing in the creek to me. We're gonna have to check that guy out. I don't know what it is, but I've had that creek grab 2 AIs. 2 AI drivers it's grabbed before, so I think we're gonna have to go and lift him up out of the creek. And we'll just get this guy right here for now. Yeah, we're gonna have to go do that. All right. What was going on with that AI driver? I have no idea. Like I said, I've had them glitch out in that creek before. Which is really curious because there's so many times that the AIs refuse to go outside the border of a field. Of the plowed portions of a field. Okay. So the stone picking's going. Plowing's going. I could grab the 8RX and do the plowing over there. I think that might be what we do. So I remember right, I want to say we have the two different plows. Because that'll get us some more cash flow going with the yet another driver contract working simultaneously. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Get the 8RX working on field 37 to plow it. And we'll run the shaft. We'll finish up that shaft contract to make sure we've got everything. And we might have to end up doing the stone picking ourselves. Because he might have glitched out because of that reset. Yeah, I'm only seeing us at about the 4.6 million range right now with what we've got going. Minus the leftover shaft. I am going to leave the pickup truck at the dealer and take the semi truck home. Good boy. That's a pretty good slope right there. And then we got a plowing for 37. That's 16. Let's do that one. Plowing for 24 because that's paying so dang good. Yeah, let's go. He's moving. Stone picker's moving. Everything's looking good. Yeah, like I said, I'm only seeing us at 4.6. I don't know if we're going to make it over 4.7. Yeah, we do have that other plow. Okay, not seeing any mist there. Get ourselves our trim line. I was gonna say this has been a really good corners for this on this map, but yeah, it is. You know what? I'm not going to worry about any of the other ones. I don't think. We might go ahead and do a final loop on this field. These periodic misses on the sunflowers driving me bonkers. Those I understand because I was doing erratic turns, and that always messes it up. Jerky turns. Anytime you turn swiftly, it's going to mess it up. Yeah, I make sure we get into render distance. That was definitely taken care of. Oh yeah, this is going to be nice. We definitely have over 1 million liters of shaft after turning these things in. All right, yep, that's all the way out. We started over there, so that should be good. Oh, come on. Thank y'all. And this one corner. just a little bit. And from what I remembered, let's go do this far corner. And if that's good, we're done. It's looking like we are done. Yep, that rendered in. Okay, so I've checked 3 times to make sure we've got the right setting on the unload. Stone picking is getting close. I'm gonna have to double check on 34. Nope, it just went up again. So the stone picking is done. When we turn these 2 contracts in, we'll be able to clear all 3. Yeah, unless we get another big shaft contract, I don't think we're going to get the 5 million. I think we're going to be a little bit short today. We might get it after we sleep and things finish processing. Good. I believe we'll be at like 1.2, 1.3 when this contract is done. Done. 1.43. Beautiful. Around bail net. Going to field 17. That's not one of my favorite fields, if I remember right. Yeah, that's my least favorite field. Yeah, one more big shaft contract will definitely over the line, and the next day next month we would have the money to buy a field, and all we need to get is there's a field right by our place which has alfalfa growing on it. Field 28. If we buy 28, we're set. We'll be definitely able to buy equipment and another field to plant something in the spring. Oats, corn, sorghum, something. What I'm hoping for is this field we're going by right now, which is 30. I'm hoping that pops up as a shaft contract, or the field to our right. either of those comes up as a shaft contract, we've got it made. It's a done deal. So let's get this into the fermenter. That will give it time to start filling up farm production. And unload. Nothing else has come in yet. We're going to distribute for now. Like I said, I want to get up above 1.5. Once we hit that, we're selling the rest of it. Let's go back through these yet again, just to make sure, and we're correct. Three pallets, yeah. Hopefully we get another contract at the bottom or the top of the hour for a shaft. I didn't realize how much I'm kicking. I didn't realize how much I hamstrung myself by going hard mode. I missed the difference in payout by a lot. '23's way up there. I'm thinking when we started all this up, we should have bought a fertilizer machine. We've lost out on a lot of contracts because of fertilizer. So let's go ahead and get this guy back. Oh wait, that's 31. We need to go one more field up. It wouldn't be bad if we got this as a plowing contract either. But yeah, if we could shaft this or 30 or 36, we'd be in the green. 19 also. I don't think 38 has anything on it that would be shaft. And I don't want to take this plow up to 24. It's so small of a field. And we're going to take the, the 8RX. That is a slow driving vehicle. Let's just go up here with this. It's going to be a very quick plow. Oh, I'm wrong. 38 could be silaged. Bottom of the hour. Oh, that's not going to be good. Don't be a distracted driver. Yeah, I think at 3 o'clock we will be, enough of the silage will be moved. We can go straight to selling at that point. And I think that might get us over the 500,000. I mean, the 5 million. But I'm not going to hold my breath. We'll definitely get it with contracts and stuff prior to selling the coffee beans this year. But I'm not sure by how much. And we're just going to plow this ourselves. I hit the wrong button. That's what happens when the buttons are that close together. I'm not fixing that corner. Oh, I was really hoping for a shaft contract. When's that rain coming? Okay, you show us as having rain coming, but yet there's nothing showing on this. Alrighty then. Bump up the time a wee bit so we can get up to 3 o'clock. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that something good comes in. Not just stone picking. I'm hoping for another shaft contract. But I'm also going to change some settings we got running. And we're just over a year. We're at a year and a month since starting this playthrough. And we're at almost 5 mil. Just running contracts and having some productions running. So all in all, not bad. Yeah. Where are we at here? Okay, yeah, top of the hour, we're switching over to sell. We'll be selling the rest of that silage. Sell it. What do we get? Oh, yeah, 8.2. More than enough. Because we will have our alfalfa field before that runs out again. No, we wanted another shaft contract. I'm going to make the executive decision. And number one, top off the fertilizer and the coffee greenhouse. And we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Bounce to next month. And kind of curious how much over 5 million we're going to be. Actually, you know what? Okay, this could be done. It's sugar beets. I doubt they would. What's this? Canola. That's not going to get done. Parsnips. Yeah, that's not going to be shaft. Barley. So these two big fields we're going to have for harvest next fall. That's nice. That's some good income. We still need to get the 8RX out of that field. We're going to go do that right now before we jump ahead. I doubt we're going to get a shaft contract. At 4 o'clock. Because I don't think... yeah, there's no fields that would be used for shaft. But let's see what we get out of the silage. I think about 4.9. Yeah, 4.83. So, and that might be most of it. Yeah, that was all of it. Ouch. So close. So freaking close. Anything come about? I have a feeling that if we had done fertilizing, it would have made it. We would have been doing it right now. Stone picking, that's not going to be enough for us to stick around. Albeit that would get us to 4.9. I really hope we don't have to wait through till March. We definitely have it at March. Actually, I don't know why I'm even checking it. Not too bad. We're not going to need to put more diesel in till for a couple more months, but I'm thinking let's go ahead and get 10, 15,000 gallons of diesel. Oh. I didn't realize we had some diesel. Oh, yeah, not enough to worry about. We're going to pick some up. And we have enough left over from when we did those harvests. Canola that we made a bunch of diesel up. We made 56,000 liters of it so far. That's good enough. That'll keep the roaster going for the duration. And we're going to go ahead and do what I had said we were going to do earlier. And that's mow the grass. Put that in to make some more silage. It's not going to be enough to bump us over the 5 million, but it's a little bit more cash. Yeah, we're not going to worry about that. All right, let's see what we can get going here. What? Are you serious? This grass isn't going to give me anything? I waited too long. I should have done this last month. Too much of the grass has died off. Yeah. Should have done it last month. Because all of this right now should have been given as grass. I'm not going to go and do a bunch of areas that are not mine. Well, by that, we're not going to mow the grass across the street. I'm thinking this will get us to 494. This isn't going to give us that much. See, like this grass, come on, we could have gotten something out of that. None of that grass gave us anything. Yeah, it's just depressing. I was expecting something like 500,000 liters just in grass. But so much of this stuff is just not giving us any grass. Yeah. Very disappointing, I must say. And I'm really curious if I'm correct and I just waited too long to cut the grass. Because I remember pulling a lot more than this off of this area. in the past when I've cut the grass. Get that little swig. Alright, that's good enough. Everything else I'm going to say is not ours. So we're not going to cut it. Oh, that was straw. My bad. That will process pretty darn quick. And I'm downright bummed. Oh, yeah. We still need to bring our pickup back from town. Alright, what was that one contract? Oh, gosh, that would take forever to do, though. To hold that? Ouch. Yeah, we're not going to do that. If there was more contracts, yeah, we would do the hoeing on this huge field right here. But the implement is so small. Because if I remember right, the our big mower, tiller, plow, multi thing, it weeds, it doesn't hoe. Yeah, it does. It's got a weeder, but it doesn't have a hoe. And that's just not going to work. Oh, now 36 has come up also. I think we're going to have to do it. I think we're going to have to take them. That's just become too much money to turn away. We've got 2 tractors, 2 hoes. And let's see if I can remember how to do the every other. It's just too much money. Too much money to walk away from. Before I go and accept those contracts, I don't know. Is it 1 and 2 we wanted to set them as? Or do we just want to go and let these guys run? I'm leaning toward just let them run. And then I'm also going to do stone picking on 37. We'll have the 8RX do that. And what's this? We're going to accept this. All right. So we've got 19. So we're going to tell this guy to go right there. That's a small pickup. We'll use our truck for that. We'll let the we'll get the 8RX onto this. These contracts might get us to that 5 million. Uh, 36. So we'll get this guy over to 36 and start him off right away. Change of plans. Get it this way. I'm going to put it right here. Get the 8RX started on its stone picking. And then we will go to the tractor at 19. Okay. Nope. This is the one I need. Actually, let's bring him down to this end. Like so. Boom. What you gotta do? Actually, yeah, okay, that was right. It was at the 0. So he should go correctly. And looks like that repair goes all the way back to the shop in town. Of course it does, or else it wouldn't have been paying us this much, because it's right next door. Alright, get this thing dropped off at the shop. Then we'll see if there's anything else that we might be able to do while we're waiting for our hoeing contracts to be done. Stone picking contract, that's going to be fairly quick. And let's see how much we got off all that grass we silaged. I'm thinking about 40,000. Nah, not even. I'm not even sure if that was 30K. And that was all of them. All of it, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was enough time for it to go and do all of it. So we're going to do the same thing as usual. Drop this off. And then park it and wait for the next contract just in case of, say, pick up, it's a delivery contract. Yeah, we're not doing those. We'll plow 9 after we finish the stone picking. We'll just have the 8RX do it. Waiting for this to go. How's the 8RX doing? 50% done with the stone picking as of right now. Let's go ahead and ride along with this guy. Actually, thinking about this, I was going to eat some chips, but we can go faster if we do it. Good enough. Drop these stones off. Grab the small plow. All right, we're going to make the 5 million. Because those 2 hoeing contracts is going to be more than that. And oh, we'll take that one again. Complete that. That was one of the contracts that came up while I wasn't streaming. Okay, so 15 has come up for plowing also. 34 has come up for rock picking. $300,000, 129. I almost left without grabbing the plow. Last time I did this, it was 3 motorbikes. The Apellas. I find it very strange that when you do make a turn too fast with this trailer, it actually pivots the wrong direction. Pivots inside of on the turn instead of flipping over to the outside. So yeah, I'm looking at this, and I don't think we'll have enough to get the big alfalfa field. But we can get the small one. I think it's field 2. Yeah, field 2. And it would pay us enough pretty quickly to get another field. In such a way, I think we could get both those alfalfa fields and sell a whole bunch of silage. And yep, it's 3 of them again. Get on this guy. Get back off. He pops straight up and down. I'm just too lazy to load these things up. By riding them up onto the trailer. Yeah, it's gonna be really close to being able to buy that field. End of day. It all depends on how much more we get. Needless to say, while we're waiting for those hoeing contracts to be done. I'm thinking I might put the 8RX No, it's too far. We'll use the JCB. Well, actually, it depends on which one it is. Got to look at it again. There's another stone picking contract that's paying pretty darn good. The problem is, I think it's a long trip to get up there. All right, where was that other stone picking contract? $34. That's pretty much flat. So we are going to use the JCB for that. Okay, field 9 is just about done. And I'm pretty sure I saw some other plowing contracts. $15.31. We're going to go ahead and have the 8RX do 15. That goes to field 13. Yeah, I don't like going into those fields with my trailers. So this guy will get started on 34, and then I'll move the 8RX up to 15. Yeah, we'll be able to buy 2 at the end of the day. And here shortly, we're going to take a look at the crop calendar. Okay, end of this month is when everyone would have crops in the ground. Six says nothing. Green beans. Red. Okay. My fields I was thinking about is to buy this one. Because I don't think we'll have the money for this yet. But we buy this one, we can get a couple, another yield of alfalfa off it for silage. That should be a pretty good yield of silage. Couple 100,000 worth. Might be enough to get us into this. But what I'm more looking at is when we sell the coffee beans. That's what I'm really looking at. When we sell the coffee in March, I believe it is, we can get buy a field then. We'll look around a lot to see if we can find one that's planted that we want to harvest. That's one less item we have to buy beforehand, you know what I mean? But yeah, maybe before the hoeing contracts are done, but definitely by the time the stone picking is done, we'll have the money to pay off our debt. And all I'm going to do on that is when we get like 50, 60,000 over 5 million, I'm just going to delete 5 million off of the roster. And we'll be able to start buying fields once we get the money up. And expanding this one out. But okay, that's better. I'm sitting there, I could see green on that field. I'm like, it's plowing? All right. Yeah. So, do we have any transport? Yeah, we have it. There's a transport, but it's twine. Ooh. 38's good for plowing. Oh. Use our big plow on that. Yep, nothing there. Not going to worry about those. But that contract right there. It's going to be the 8RX probably. When we get done with 15, we'll probably move it down to there. I'm going to go ahead and take this. Hopefully another one will pop up after we complete that. And I think I can cheese it. I think if I run up along the side of the road, between the road and that field, and I unload to the right, I think it'll throw it over the fence and count. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, I don't think the tractors doing the hoeings are going to be done before the 8RX is done plowing. So actually what I'm kind of leaning towards right now is, since the alfalfa fields are not going to be ready to harvest for a couple months. Actually, I don't know if they're going to be good to go with another crop this year. Let's go ahead and take this back to the farm. Yeah, definitely. Field 15 will be done well before the guys doing the hoeing contracts. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the numbers. Actually, I thinking about putting the combine stuff away also. All right, so we'll take that 10 grand. Okay. So since the alfalfa fields, actually, this one hadn't been done yet, but we're not going to have the money for that one. That one's been cut, so we're not going to get a crop out of that until like April. So I'm kind of holding off thoughts of actually buying a field right away. Okay, small tractor will go and pick that up at the pickup also. That's what I'm kind of leaning towards because of they're not going to be ready to do anything until after the corn. I mean, after we sell the coffee beans, because coffee beans, yeah, March. So with that being sold in March, and April is when April is when we would want to be planting that field, or not even do that, but buy a field like this one here. We've got the barley. We could buy into barley. We can buy into wheat already planted. Got a small canola field here that we could get. And possibly get all of those plus like this alfalfa field for some shaft for cash flow. But if we can't, we will definitely get at least this, maybe both of these, because yeah, that's a lot of cash. That's a lot of shaft that we'd be able to harvest and sell as silage. So I'm thinking to hold off until the coffee beans are sold. The roasted coffee is sold, because that will give us the best, largest field we could purchase and the most options. Because yeah, I want that field, but we're not going to get the cash flow for it. And I don't know if I want to get a loan for that field from the banks. And, we've just paid off a loan. We've just paid back our investors. With some interest. So I'm kind of leaning towards not taking any loans out for the land. I am tempted to see if it's on Mod Hub. I know there's a mod out there to lease farmland, where usually you get 30%, 40% of whatever the field yields, you make in profit. Or it's the property owner gets that. I don't remember which way it goes. You get my point. Because if we could lease some farmland, that'd get us some extra cash flow. Yep, stone picking is coming up. That doesn't matter. That's a small JCB. That's not going to be pulling a big plow. But yep, field 15 has passed our hoeing tractors. On percentage of completion. Whoop, there goes another sign. My mic boom's wobbling on me. And I don't want to stop what I'm doing in game to fix the mic boom. I can't see the hoeing stuff. The guy's getting stuck with those, but I'm kind of getting worried about field 19. Never mind. It's just bumped up. We're good. I know it's a big field, but whenever I don't see... I'm just being horrendous to all the signages. When I don't see the percentages go up for quite a while, I start getting antsy. Okay, back shop again. Yeah, someone doesn't do the proper maintenance on their vehicles, that's for sure. All right. It's looking good. It's looking decent. That's not paying enough in cultivation. And it's a small field. I don't want to take the big one up there. Definitely not with the 8RX hauling it. Seeds going to 35. Yeah, we got time to do that. Seeds going to 35. Stone picking will be done. The plowing will be getting there. And we're over halfway done on both of the hoeing contracts. Which is all nice. All right. Yep. Stone picking is done. So when this gets, you know what? I am just going to deliver this and leave this thing parked. It's close enough. Let's go home. No. He's a pal of ours. We'll just sit here. Why were you going back over here? Did you miss a spot? All right. I don't know why you're coming back this way. And this puts us over 5 mil. We did it. Longer than I was hoping for, but we got it done. And what killed us on it was the lack of harvesting we did this during the harvest season. They put the wrong crops in for us. %91 on the plowing. It's getting there. Drop these stones off and see if there's another delivery transport kind of a mission. Give it time to reset. We might have done all of the contracts because it tops out at like 5 or 6 a day is all I've been able to get, period. Come on, hit that 90, 90 hit that 100. You know you wanna. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I've got concerns again. 36 had been doing better than 19, but 19 just passed 36. Okay, he's still running. He just went up a percent. All right, let's get this big plow and get it started on 38. All right. No, it's not paying enough. All right. We are at 5.58 with contracts flowing. Minus 5. 1, 2, 3. Loan is paid. The investors are repaid. For S&Gs, $1.2 is what we could get a loan for, up to $1.2 million. So with what we've got going right now, like I said, I'd rather not borrow anything. So what I'm thinking is knock these 3 contracts out. All right, this is field 36. Field 18. I'm sorry, 19. I think he's going to finish up first, so let's go ahead and sit back and ride with him. I'll let you sit back and ride with him for a minute. And I'm going to step away for a couple. I want to see if I can get a light snack going. Actually, no, that's not going to work out. Because as soon as these guys are done, I'm going to be calling it a stream. I'm starting to fade fairly quickly, so I'm going to have to crash out sometime soon. And what I'm looking at here, yep, we're almost done, and then he's just got to do the exterior circuit. And when it goes to the exterior circuit, we'll take over. Because we'll run it faster than the AIs will. And I think I'm going to get a mobile detail machine. So we can wash our equipment down without having to go over by the wash plant. Let's go, game. All right, game, let's go. I don't think it'll show me. Oh, it does show me the weeds. Okay. So all we've got is a couple more passes, and then I'll take over. Pretty sure there's nothing else going, right? Yep. We do have one thing we can do, and that's bring the truck home. I have a feeling the 8RX is in the freaking trees. Okay, that's too much. It's going to be a very sloppy plow job. Like I said, super sloppy. And I'm not going to continue it. Beat that frickin' train. Yeehaw. So we're going to be close to 200,000. And that guy's going to be done here very shortly. Okay, he's running at 16 mile an hour. Let's see what this baby can do. When he stops to reset here, we'll take over. Yeah, implement holds us at 16. So are we going to finish this off on this aisle? Or are we going to have to run down the back side? All right. So yeah, we're going to be calling it here. I'll go and clean all this stuff up, put it all away off stream. I'd say that's a nice way to end things out. That's telling me right there that we will have enough to get multiple fields when we sell the coffee. So let's go ahead and just save it now, and we will continue this in March. Hope you all had a good day. Catch y'all later.